Hey everybody, welcome to Creating Cash Courses and your next module in the series, Niching and Repurposing. In the last module, Why Online Courses, we mentioned creating multiple streams of income with niching and repurposing. These two concepts are so powerful that they changed the way I did business completely. Let's start with the first concept, repurposing. When I first learned about this concept years ago, it came in the form of one simple statement. People will pay more money for the same information packaged a different way. To understand what that means, you should be familiar with the product value ladder, which is almost exclusive to selling information products based on format and delivery method. When you think about the different ways of delivering information and how they are delivered, there are only a few ways currently available. On the bottom rung of the ladder, you have digital books like ebooks, PDFs, reports, and so on, which most people usually expect for free or they're very cheap. On the top rung of the ladder, you have live training like seminars, masterminds, and group meetings, which many people gladly pay thousands of dollars for. Ideally, if you're an expert in your field, you can add one more rung to the top with one-on-one coaching and mentoring, which people will pay even more money for. In between the lowest rung and the highest rung, there are different steps along the way. And as you progress from the lowest to the highest, each step reflects a higher price matched to the value or perceived value of what's offered. Here's a crude diagram of the product value ladder featuring average prices for products that I've paid for myself personally or I have seen being sold. On the very bottom are ebooks and reports. They're usually free, upwards to about $5. Right above it, you have printed books, which you can pick up at any store for around $5 to around $25, maybe even $30, depending on whether the book is a bestseller or not. Audio includes CDs. I prefer MP3 audios and low-end DVDs, and those range anywhere from $20 to $40. Above it, you have something special called webinars. Webinars are initially free, usually as a method to capture leads. But if they're part of a course or training or a part of any other offer, they can range anywhere from around $39 to $250 depending on the value of the package. Just above that, you have DIY or do it yourself. These are things that you can actually order and have shipped to your house, or maybe get special access online through a member center, which is usually very, very cheap, ranging anywhere from $67 to around $250. Then you have online training like the one you're watching now. They range anywhere from $497 up to $2,000 depending on how much value is there. Above that, you have live seminars, masterminds, which range anywhere from around $1,500 to $2,500. Again, remember, these are price averages, and they're usually in the form of weekend events or intensives. And for the experts at the very top, there is one-on-one training, which I've personally witnessed people paying anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 to buy the personal time of an expert to be trained. Now, here is something interesting and pretty cool that I learned. Most people, when they think about creating products or creating a product line, which is what a product value ladder is for, they usually start on the bottom and work their way to the top. They start with ebooks. They'll start by a rough draft on a WordPad or a Word document, and they'll try to create an ebook. Then they'll try to print it out and create a book. Then they'll go back and they'll record audio and try to create MP3s or CDs or low-end DVDs. Then they'll think about shooting a webinar, and then they'll continue to progress, doing all that work over and over and over again. But there is a much easier way. Let's say that you are an expert and you have a client that actually allows you to record one of your sessions. Or even if you have a live seminar or a mastermind, let's say a weekend intensive, what you can do is start at the top and work your way backwards. You can hold a live seminar and record it, and suddenly you can break those videos up and you have an online training course that you can charge $497 to $2,000 for. You can take that online course, put it into a package with some other necessary information that you may make available in the one-on-one training, and suddenly you have a do-it-yourself product that you can actually ship out to someone's home. Then you can actually take snippets of your online training and create webinars. What you can then do is turn around and hire someone to extract the audio from your videos, and suddenly you have an audio product. Then you can hire someone to extract the text or transcribe the audio, and suddenly you have the material for your printed books and your ebook reports. So by starting from the top and working your way backwards, not only have you saved a lot of time, but you've also saved a lot of money. You can use the product value ladder to create multiple products and give people a choice in how they want their information. This is what we call creating a product line, not just one product. For example, someone who doesn't have time to read a book will probably pay more for an audiobook and listen to it at work or when they're on the road going somewhere. Or someone who really wants to master the information in the course may purchase tickets to a live seminar or intensive. Here's a real world example. What is the fastest growing educational medium right now? It is the internet, and more colleges are offering online courses every year. They are beginning to realize that offering online courses is where the future is going, because it's more convenient for everyday people with full-time jobs and families and long commutes, and for people who live way out. So what you're learning right now, even though we haven't gotten to the how-to training, places you right on the leading edge of where technology is going. Now let's talk about niching very quickly. A niche, in marketing terms, refer to specific areas of interest within a larger market. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. Let's say that you have a product that caters to the healthcare industry. That is a very large general market. Inside of that market, you can single out specific areas of interest like weight loss, or you can target professions like dentists, or you can target specific diseases like cancer and diabetes. Another example is real estate. It is also a very big general market. We can further split real estate into two other general markets, residential and commercial. Now we can target interests or niches like land development, property management, and more. Niches can also be demographically based. Probably the best example would be the Chicken Soup books by Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. They wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, Chicken Soup for the Working Woman's Soul, Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, Chicken Soup for the Father's Soul, Chicken Soup for the Beach Lover's Soul, and a lot more. All they did was niche and re-niche their content to appeal to different demographics. And another way of niching is by gender. Jewelry companies years ago capitalized on niching by gender when they realized that while reasoning said jewelry is for women, women weren't necessarily their biggest buyers. It turns out that a large portion of sales come from men buying jewelry for their moms, daughters, girlfriends, wives. This is why so many commercials are about men buying gifts for their women. One of the first jobs I had was working in a women's accessories section of a women's department store. And it turns out that I have personally witnessed a lot of men buy accessories and even lingerie for their women. There are almost endless ways to niche out an online course and market different interests. Spend some time thinking about what you can offer and how many different ways you can offer it, and how you can market it to different people. This is officially your first homework assignment, but don't think of it as boring homework though. This can become a fun exercise if you allow it to be, and when you're good at it, it really does become like playing a game. This is the end of Module 3, but wait. Tomorrow starts the how-to section of your training. Have fun with your homework, and I will see you in the next module.